Hi everybody, Tashi here from Pixie Mommy's Reborns. So I am here this evening with baby Keaton, and as promised, I have a details video for you. I am going to make my apologies in advance for a few things. Number one, it is nighttime. It is not the best lighting. But I am doing the very best I can under extreme circumstances here, awaiting. I know you all are probably sick of hearing this, everybody that watches my channel, but awaiting the 29th, awaiting back surgery. Every day is absolutely grueling. I am just getting very short windows of time in between some Motrin and some nerve meds. I don't even want to get into what's going on in life and how extreme the circumstances are. All I'll say is thank you all for being here, and this is something just taking a little time to come off into the dolly world and out of reality is it's helpful to me. So let's get started. To all of you that are new and visiting and would like to see the details of this amazing Claire Taylor baby, let's get started. His name is Keaton. He is the Andrew sculpt by Claire Taylor. He was, sculpted, molded, poured, finished, everything done completely by Claire Taylor. He is number 4 out of 5 in his edition. He is the only one in that edition with a squishy tummy. He is also the only ethnic or AA baby in the Andrew edition. He has absolutely amazing rooted hair. It's in a chocolate brown. And it's just, it's just perfect. It's just perfect. I don't even have to brush it. It's absolutely amazing. So he is a full-bodied silicone baby boy. I am going to take this blanket off. He has a diaper on. We cannot show little boy and girl bits on YouTube anymore. So I will not be able to show you that, but I will show you the rest of him. Some wonderful features is, I don't even know where to start. He's so amazing. Obviously he has a pacifier in his mouth. So he takes a full passy and a full bottle. I'm going to take the passy out of his mouth so that you can all see his mouth. And he does have a little, I should have brought a little, washcloth up. He has a little KY on that, because I do use the KY lubricating jelly. I just use the CVS brand, just as per seeing so many other collectors of silicones using this, so that it protects the paint on their lips from friction of pacifiers and bottles. So let me show you all how he takes a bottle, because that's always fun, right? I am just going to add a little bit onto the tip of this bottle here, and just a little, it doesn't need much, but just a little bit that helps the bottle slide in. We give his cheeks a squeeze. He doesn't have like a huge open mouth either. So like that's, when you squeeze, that's his mouth. He does have gums, tongue, and a uvula in there. Oh, and he's a hungry boy. We don't want dribbles, buddy. Oh my goodness. There you go. He was hungry, huh? All right, so let's feed him for a minute while we chat about him. And I am going to take you all down to get a beautiful look at his paint and all that, but it looks like baby Keaton is very hungry here. So we'll give him a quick feed. So this is a lovely feature. To those of you that know me, I usually only will do the feeding like for videos, for role play videos. It's not really something I do outside of making videos, but I really enjoy doing the role play videos with the bottles. I did, of course, do like one quick little feeding when he got home to try out, have the experience, which was really neat because when he is up in my arms and just even looking at him, he's so amazing, really real that it's, I mean, the reborns are quite a bit the same, and you walk past and you do that double take where it tricks your mind, even though obviously you know you have a doll there, but you feel like it's a baby. But um he's even more so. He much more so. You're just, it really, really plays like this mind trick on you. So, um, it's a cool experience. So one thing I'm going to talk about, but I'm going to make a whole separate video for it because I want to take the camera and a flashlight and get all up in there, is the uvula. What's that about? So it's definitely, I mean, I looked, it's in there. I had to look kind of good and with a flashlight to actually see. So that's my question. Like, it's very cool. It's cool that it's in there and you know it's in there. But I do have a question for collectors. Does it really matter? And I just wonder how much extra time it takes the artist to sculpt that and deal with it in the pouring and stuff. Is it easy? Does it make it more difficult? Da 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 da. Because it's really something that you definitely, are not going to see with the naked eye without a flashlight. Maybe on a baby, like a crying baby screaming with mouth wide open, you would, other people, and you would see the uvula back there. But like I said, not that it not that it makes any difference. And again, it is cool that it's there. I'm just wondering, like, how much extra work it makes to be there. All right, sip of coffee, and let's go over this guy. So, all right, yes, I know. Only fair to give you a burp, seeming mommy did give you a feeding. So let's just give him a quick burp to make sure we don't leave gas bubbles, because we do not want a gassy baby. Okay, I think we got it already. He didn't take too much, so all righty. So he comes with this cool umbilical cord stump, and it is magnetic, so obviously it's removable, which is cool. I would not want like it stuck there and not be able to take it off. So it's a really neat, this is a fun feature, something you can see, something you can touch, and definitely a cool feature. I had fun with a few photos, like presenting him on Instagram, like it's a boy, da da da. So that was really fun. So we'll take this off. And he came with, his hospital bracelet and stuff like that. I didn't want to fiddle with that to open it for pictures, but, so squishy tummy is another fun part. Let's take a look at that squish. And boy, is it squishy. Not only is his tummy squishy, but the feature, the back feels the same way. So it gives him a lot. Look at, the play that it gives him. I mean, obviously you're not normally going to be holding him this way, but I'm just showing you as far as cuddle factor in holding him. He's extremely cuddly, and I like that. And then also when you lift him like this, you have a rollover of the tummy, which is really, it's a cool feature. It's a slow rising, so in a certain way, it's a little unrealistic because a real belly would pop up a lot faster, but it's a doll. You're not going to have, it's cool. It's definitely a cool feature. He is painted like there is no tomorrow. I mean, this baby is just, wow. From what I understand, it is, not, so easy to get, the AA, painting on especially on a silicone. It's hard enough on the reborns, no less the silicone. I am very, very impressed. We'll go over the painting a little more when I take you off. So his hands and his arms are sculpted kind of like out in a way, and one hand his wrist is turned up and the other his wrist is turned down. There's all sorts of positions that he can go in, and when you're holding him and stuff, and like when you hold him up, like this hand will lay flat on things. Like, he's just very flexible, very posable. He does not have armatures, and his arms don't really necessarily stay in a position, but I can definitely move them around, like good for photos. If you wrap him in a blanket, you can do all sorts of things with his hands. Even without being wrapped in a blanket, his hands, this is a cool thing that he does. I usually get it real fast, but his fingers interlock in almost like a interlocked praying position. And of course, they will always make liars out of you. It's not going to stay now, but normally, I think because his head is turned, but normally his fingers will stay like that. There's some photos on my Instagram. Really super, super cute. I can tell you that he is in amazing condition. I am actually his 5th mommy, although he made a quick stop over at his 4th mommy's at Annie Banani's. I think he was only there like a month, but she, of course, was still his mommy for that time. But, he made a stop there. Before that, he was with Erica at Erica Jones. Hi, Erica. And he was Gabriel over there, and he was very loved. And I watched Erica's more recent videos when she was letting him go, and her talking about it. And I know that, like, even when she put him up, she didn't expect him to go so quick, and she wasn't sure if he kind of stayed up for a little bit, if she was even going to go through with it. And then it just happened, wham bam. And I've been there, and this is a very special baby, so I can imagine that's not easy, but I totally get and I understand. I am certainly with a Silicone, like a 1 Silicone kind of mommy. The reborns is different, but as far as time, as far as investment, it's just too much of an investment to have just collect them sitting around for me. That's just, for me. And so it's something that I can very much relate to, but yet I would think that it's hard to let go of a baby that was kind of like your one and main baby for that time. So, I can say that he was, it's in your hair. I can say that he was very well loved and cared for by each of the mommies that he has. He's in excellent condition. I believe his 2nd mommy commented on my Instagram, but I did not see any content on her channel. I got to do a little more looking into that. I know his 1st mommy, he was Kingston over at Miss Serenity's channel that I didn't even realize till after I adopted him. So that's pretty cool. I did go back and I watched a few of her videos. So I wasn't around. I wasn't in the community when she had him over there, so I had no idea, but that's who he was over by Miss Serenity. Look at these little feetsies. So, he does not have like the new wrinkle skin feature, but yet if you look, when you move him, his skin wrinkles up, but not quite like that feature. He is poured in a platinum silicone though. It's a very nice, silicone. He's on a ball jointed neck. It moves amazingly. Just very, very good flowing, very easy to move. That is for sure. Let's see you all. Make sure you're all getting a look at him. I just want to snuggle him. I'm sorry. I gotta pick him up. He's just, he's so, he's really soft. He is so kissable. When I have him in my arms, all I'm doing is just kissing his face and his head. He's just so scrumptious and kissable. He's gonna be worn out from kisses. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, he is. He's just, you have the maternal desire to just cuddle him and love on him and kiss him like a baby, like you have a baby in your arms. It's just amazing. It's just absolutely amazing. I will show you his back. So let's lay it down for a minute. So here you can see, like, that's one of my dog's hairs. The animals don't even go in here, but that's a white hair. But it just picks right off. He is not sticky at all. I doubt if I'll ever have to powder him. He's not sticky. I'm not really having a problem. Like, yes, like you saw that one hair, like you will have to pluck off stuff, but not, it's just, I can't explain it. It's just not bad. So, and he does, he's not like a curled up sculpt, but as you can see, let me see if you can see his feet. As you can see, I can move his feet, up a little bit into a more curled position. His back is amazing. So the squishy tummy, again, comes around the side. So he has a more squishy of a lower back, which gives him nice bend and flexibility. And look at the sculpting on this. It looks like he has a spine. It feels like he has a spine. He is not a sculpt that has a spine in there. I know that they make them. I believe Claire does even have them make them herself. It's a feature. You can, I think, but I know there are artists. I don't quote me on that. I think Claire has some babies that do have the option for the spine. I think, I know other artists do. I can tell you the way that he was sculpted, and he's, harder up here, and it just gets a little softer in the lower back, that how she sculpted him, you feel going down like you're feeling a spine on a baby's back. So I think that is absolutely amazing. He's very realistic from behind. He's got a cute tushy. I can't show his whole, thing. See, here's like a hair right here, and that's it. Nothing. I wouldn't want to lay him like on a blanket that had like a ton of cat hair on it, but you wouldn't want to lay anything, your clothing or your reborns or anything, where there's a lot of hair. So, I'm picking off another one. I don't know why the dog's hair is on here. Animals aren't not even allowed in this room. But, so that, I'm trying to think of what other features he has. I'm just riding through some pain here. Really cool behind his ear here. He has the number 4, and it's like raised. It's almost like branded. I saw Erica was looking at that, and I think she didn't realize until the end. She thought that was just a birthmark, but it is in fact the number 4. I think that's really neat. And of course, for darn sure obviously we know he's an original Claire Taylor. So I don't know how much there is in the silicones, and as far as like artists like Claire that have people trying, copying the work. I have no idea. I'm not that in on the silicone world. He will be my only silicone. It was a kind of, past what I could do. I just, managed, and I'm thrilled that I did, because this baby is my true dream baby. I have such a connection. I love him so much, and he belongs here. He's my boy. So I'm happy that I kind of had moved heaven and earth, and I'm grateful that Annie allowed me to adopt him. I'm grateful for his first mommies that took such great care of him, and I will be enjoying him for the rest of my days in doll collecting. He's my main man here, and we're gonna have some fun with videos. Yes, because mommy loves to do feeding and changing and all of that stuff that I was looking so forward to doing with the silicone, right? Mwah. All right, let's take you down, get you a better look at the paint. Again, I apologize that it's night, and I feel almost bad showing Claire's work in not the 100% perfect lighting, but I am so bad off right now, with this pain that I can barely, yeah, I can't even drive. I can't even sit to drive. I can't even get to the market. We don't have any help. My husband works insane hours, 18 hours a day. I mean, we are struggling. We are struggling and I am just not only in such pain struggling, but emotionally, the fact that I can't get up and push through it no matter what I do. At many times during the day, it's just not physically possible. And it's just, and it's wearing me down. I'm scared. I'm scared when I finally get in for the surgery that like my body's just, I'm just, oh gosh. Anyways, as I continue to say in my videos, the continued prayers is so much appreciated. There's nothing anybody else can do, but, say some prayers for me. So we'll take a look at his face. He's got this beautiful birthmark here. I have to give him, that's a little fuzz there. So excuse any fuzz that you see. He needs just a little rinse, just from his traveling here and having the diaper over his head and the fuzz from the blanket wrapped around him. I don't want to rub or even with the brush. He needs a rinse. I have to rinse him. To hold him and lean towards the sink. I can't even do that right now, so you'll have to like a baby that needs a little bath. But he's got this beautiful birthmark right over his eyebrows. His eyebrows are just so amazingly painted. Look at how real. Obviously, he's got rooted eyelashes. He's got these gorgeous little lips. They're dark, like his lips need a rinse. I'm probably going to rinse in his mouth and just rinse off his face. Probably not even his body, but just to give his face a little rinse. That's all he needs. I will not be, I know a lot of people ask when you have silicones, are you going to bathe them and da-da-da-da-da. No, I do not. I'm not going to be, quote, bathing him for role play. The only thing I will be doing is care and maintenance, rinsing him off, things like that. Not that there's anything wrong with getting a silicone if that's what you enjoy. I just know, I would not be bathing him, but look at just the tones of, so I'll show you, the little bit of wear that he does have is on his ears, on the outside of his ears. You can see that the paint is, worn a, tad bit. And I'll show you his other ear, which is, of course is to be expected, and that's where clothing rubs to come on and off. There's a little bit on the outside of his fingers as well. To me, that is absolutely nothing. It doesn't it doesn't make a tinker's darn difference to me. It's realistic. You see babies that have that. It doesn't, and again, it's to be expected. It's not. He was very well cared for. That's just from changing, he is several years old, and a little bit on the fingers, his fingertips and the outside of his pinkies. But to me, again, gives a look of realism, because look at that finger. Look at how real. I mean, if you look at a baby, especially, you get to that 10th or 11th day, they start to peel. Now, he is not peeling by any means, but the little bit of wear on his fingers gives that effect. So you can all tell me, but to me, and I've had 4 kids, this is realistic looking. Look at how his hands are painted. Look at the palms of his hands. Can you see that vein there? Can you see I don't know if I'm zooming. Can you see the mottling? I hope you all can see a decent amount. You could definitely see mottling on his belly, on his chest. I love the way that his hands are painted. Look at that vein going down there. He's got beautiful veins, gorgeous mottling, amazing movement. I love touching his hands like this. This is probably why his hands got worn out. Like, you can't help but just touch his hand. His hands are beautiful. His hands are just, he is beautiful, but I really enjoy his hands. Here is his belly button. And I'll show you, would you like to see the stump? Hang on, let me open the bag. I should have left this out so that I could show you all. Okay, here is the umbilical stump. This too is made of silicone, and it just bloop right on there. Really cool. Really realistic looking one, in my opinion. You know, Claire did a really nice job on that, and it's just a magnet, so it just goes right on. So, and I love stuff like that. That is a super cool feature. And of course, he's got like a little divot there that's, you know, probably to accommodate the magnet underneath or just part of the sculpt. So here we go with the squish and the squish. And the squish, he got a squishy tummy. And then, of course, his chest does not have the squishy, but look at how squishy his silicone just is. I mean, he's just, I can't, he's just amazing. And, of course, I can't show you any further, but, you know, I'll just get enough that you can, you know, see his legs. Look at those beautiful rolls on his legs and the painting. And then his feeties, which are painted as beautifully as his hands. I mean, look at these feeties. Like I said, he needs a little rinse, so you'll have to excuse that. I saw this vein here when I was first looking at his foot. I love that vein here. Look at all that mottling on his foot. And just look at the coloring. You have like the beautiful like yellows in there. All the mottling. Just everything that a newborn, you know, baby, you know, like, you know, an ethnic baby would have. And for a newborn, he's dark because a lot of, like, you know, African-American babies, when they're born, they're a lot lighter of a skin tone, and then they you know, get, you know, their pigment through the, you know, the next days and coming weeks. But, of course, some babies are born, you know, with this pigment, which is just such a beautiful skin tone to me. You know, he's perfect to me. He's just perfect in every way. I wouldn't look and say, oh, I would change this or I would change that or I would have a little more of this or a little less of that or da-da-da-da-da. He is, on a whole, perfect. And to me, when I look at silicones and I look at, well, I'll go around and show you his hair as I'm speaking. To me, when I look at silicones and I, you know, look at silicones on other people's videos and pictures, they're all really cool, adorable, all of those things. You know, I have artists that I favor, Lillian Breedville. I love her sculpting. Obviously, Claire Taylor. The Mishka that I had, I'll tell you, Elena Westbrook, I am impressed by that sculpt. Was very impressive. And I thought so when I had her, and after having, can't even think straight, having Keaton here, I just am thinking back and I'm like, wow, she was really impressive. But anyways, so there's, of course, there's artists that we love and but I don't know, it's hard to explain when you see a baby that you feel like, wow, that artist just so nailed it on the painting of that baby. And just the whole look between the rooting, the painting, it just comes together with a, quote, personality for the baby. And to me, he's special. And I'm the only person that he needs to be special for because he's mine. So that's how I feel. And I am absolutely so thrilled, absolutely over the moon with this little boy. I could not be happier. And I am enjoying him, and in my, during this really difficult time, and you're hearing me kind of at my best, like what goes on, like what will go on for an hour from now. I mean, by nighttime, I'm just crying in pain. It's just horrific. I would not wish this on my worst enemy. I just, a lot of people have said, well, why don't you go to the emergency room? Well, I have this neurosurgeon picked out. He has, looked at my MRI. He has accepted me and squeezed me in, because he's booked out till February, for an appointment on the 29th. I am not officially a patient of his until I am seen for this appointment. And I am terrified, because it's my spine, to go to the emergency room and get appointed some quack of a surgeon, or just an orthopedic or something, that they're going to want to stick a needle in my spine. I don't know. I can't take pain medication. So yes, if I could take pain medication, my butt will be at the ER getting pumped up with a lot of pain medication. Believe you me. That can't happen. So there's only so much they can do. And, aside from like emergency surgery to relieve this pressure off the nerve and stuff. And then I am going to wind up with a surgeon that I did not choose. I do not know. And could be, who knows? And that's just, unless you absolutely have to, you're not going to do that, obviously. I keep getting to the point at night where like my vision's going blurry and stuff. I'm scared. I'm terrified. And if it gets like worse into that, my husband will have to take me to the emergency room. So let's please, ladies, pray together with me that I make it till the 29th, so that I am a patient of this neurosurgeon, and I'm not walking out of his office without an emergency surgery date, whether 2 days from then, 5 days from then. I can't go weeks longer. I can't. I physically can't. Obviously this is not the optimal time to want to have spinal surgery coming up to Christmas. I don't know how the heck that I'm going to make a Christmas for my son. Everything's falling apart. The house, my business, I can't even, but just please pray with me, and this will get better, I'm sure. All right, ladies, I've held you up a real long time. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and until next time, God bless.